Welcome to this latest diagonal walking video. As followers of the podcast will know, I was recently joined on my walking by my sister Sue. We were walking along the long distance trail, the Greensand Way, through pretty parts of Kent with its oast houses and apple trees. We were soon taken with a lot of the hedgerow fruit. And maybe we were just a bit slow on the uptake, but of course we soon realised we were walking in the heart of the Garden of England. So I whipped the camera out and started filming. At first our eye was taken with the sort of blackberries and crab apples and cherries growing in the hedgerows, but soon things started getting more commercial. These were sloes growing in the hedgerows.
The blackberries are also early this year and really quite juicy actually. And elderberries, of course.
And then we caught first sight of these polytunnels which were everywhere. And these were growing these beauties, strawberries.
So here we see strawberries, obviously being grown for the supermarket trade. These are grown under polytunnels and are grown on stands to make them easier to pick. Interestingly, they're still ripe or ripening here, even though it's the middle of August. There's no sign of any pickers, but if they were, they'd be provided with all mod cons. And it's reassuring to know that they're told to wash their hands. In fact, they're told to wash their hands in any number of languages. Well, we're beginning to think these are crab apples, but I don't know what variety they are. These are really sort of plum coloured. And these, of course, are plums. Really is the Garden of England round here. Right, and these, I believe, are raspberries. Once again growing in a polytunnel. Here they are, and they're actually growing in pots rather than actually being planted, which you can probably just about make out there. So many fruits! Here we've got blueberries now. Yeah, sorry about the helicopter overhead there, but here of course apples, which Kent is famous for. As well as its cider. Lovely. There we are, there's more of them. And this is where all the apples are headed. They're going to be crated up later on in the season in these crates. Friday Street Farm, that's where we are. Rain's recently fallen, and there's still just some raindrops coming off there. I'm joined today by Sister Susan. Hello!
Hello!
Who is joining me on this fruit extravaganza as we wander through Kent. And here's a massive orchard of apples. They're grown from rootstock and then kept in bushes rather than trees to make them easier to pick. Oh, yet another fruit. Black currants this time. Perfect for Ribena. Well, when I started this bit of film today, I didn't quite appreciate we would see so many different types of fruit. Now these, we're pretty convinced, are loganberries, yet to ripen up. They look a bit like blackberries, but they're longer. Who knew there were so many polytunnels in Kent? So we're quite grateful at the moment because it's raining. So that's given us a bit of shelter.
Red currants, of course. And pears. Really juicy pears, just ready for picking.
Look at these alpine strawberries just growing wild in a churchyard. Where are they? There they are. And finally, hops, which Kent, of course, is very famous for. Without hops, there's no beer. We love those hops.
And then, appropriately enough, at the end of the day, we saw this. A grubbed up strawberry patch. Its soil turned blood red by the discarded strawberries. Seemed like our cue to head home for a well-deserved beer and a good night's sleep. The end of a very fruity day.